Hello ladies and gentlemen, Scared204 here bringing you another Minecraft Modern Warfare vehicle tutorial. In this tutorial we'll be going ahead and building the Nammer APC. The Nammer, which translates from Hebrew to English to meaning leopard, is a Israeli armored personnel carrier based on the Merkava Mark IV tank chassis. Nammer was developed by and is being assembled by the Israeli Ordnance Corps. It has entered service in limited numbers with the Israeli Defense Forces since the end of 2008. However, as of 2014, there is still only very limited numbers of Nammers that are in service with the IDF. Due to budgetary constraints, the introduction of the Nammer into the IDF has been slow, leaving the ground forces dependent on the M11-3 for many years to come. They are more heavily armored than the Merkava 4 tanks. According to the IDF, the Nammer is the most heavily armored vehicle in the world of any type. So pretty interesting stuff here. The Nammer here, just basically a really beefy, strong APC. Now they claim it's the most armored vehicle in the world. I guess time will tell if that's really the case or not. But it's still a pretty interesting vehicle and should be an awesome addition to any of your Israeli self-defense force, forces. We don't really cover Israel too much. We do have some decent tutorials for them here and there, but it's always nice to revisit Israel and build some more of their vehicles and stuff. And the Nammer here is pretty cool. So with that, before we go ahead and jump into taking a look at this build, I do want to go ahead and give a big thanks to Derek Frost Westbrook for making this build possible. If you guys are interested in, basically commissioning a build, definitely feel free to reach out to me through Discord or through my email, garrett2by4@gmail.com, where we can discuss pricing and get you a commission built based on your choosing. So with that all out of the way, let's go ahead and dive in here to taking a look at the Nammer APC. So going ahead and getting started with it, we have the chassis of the vehicle here. Again, this is basically just a standard Merkava chassis, really nothing too fancy about it. One of your main differences here is going to be this little cutaway into the inside here, which is where the entrance into the crew compartment is located. So has kind of like little protected sidings there, which is kind of cool. Kind of gives, I guess, a little bit more protection to disembarking troops, which is pretty sweet. So lots of good detail here on the back. Really nothing too special in terms of that. We have the smoke grenade dischargers here to the sides. You have the top of the vehicle here, which has a 50 caliber machine gun and typically a smaller, probably 7.62 millimeter caliber machine gun right next to it. So you have a couple machine guns there as well, so some armament for it. But yeah, really simple vehicle. It's basically just a giant brick with treads and some guns mounted on it to transport infantry. So really nothing much more about it to cover. With that, let's go ahead and move into the tutorial by beginning with our first layer. Alright guys, so going ahead and moving into our first layer, we'll be going ahead and starting off with layer 1. For layer 1 to go ahead and get started with here, we're going to place down 2 narrow brick slabs like this, and then 2 narrow brick top slabs coming off those slabs. We're going to go back from these slabs with 2 black concrete blocks, then 2 rows of 2 of polished black stone stairs, and there are 2 black concrete blocks. Again, 2 polished black stone stairs back to back, another row of 2 of black concrete, and one last time 2 rows of 2 of polished black stone back to back, and 2 rows of black concrete across there. We're going to go ahead and place down an item frame on the sides of these blocks, as well as yellow stained glass panes in those item frames, and then we're just going to place down a birchwood button on the side of those blocks. Now just note that on Java is the only version you're able to place down item frames and signs in the same block space. If you're not on Java, unfortunately you will not be able to do that, so just keep that in mind going forward. We're going to go ahead and place down 2 narrow brick slabs here, and then 2 narrow brick top slabs coming off those slabs going back just like that. Once that's all finished there, we do want to go ahead and grab ourselves some sandstone slabs, and we're going to start off with our sandstone top slabs going off this last row of black concrete on the back here. So we're going to place down a row of 3 across, and then up here in the front, we're going to go ahead and go to this narrow brick slab here, and we're going to place down a row of 3 across from that narrow brick slab. We'll then take our smooth sandstone, and we'll just go ahead and fill in the inside here, basically filling in the base of the vehicle and creating that nice solid foundation. Once that's done, we're going to go ahead and copy the same design we did for the tracks over on the other side, just over here to this side. So I'm going to go and do this a little bit quicker, as I've already covered the tracks in, good detail. So I'm just going to go ahead and speed through this real quick. And then we're going to place down 2 narrow brick slabs, another 2 slabs, and then over here, same thing, just like that. And of course, we can't forget our detail. So our item frames, our yellow stained glass panes in those item frames, and of course, our birchwood buttons on the sides here. Just like this. So just like that, and we have that done. Now the very last thing for us to do here for this layer is going to be the addition of these banners. Now I'm not going to show you guys how to make them in a loom because they're really straightforward, but basically all you're going to be doing here for these banners is we're going to be going ahead and basically getting two yellow banners. So we're going to have 2 yellow banners. For one banner, we're going to split the banner in half with black on the left side. So again, this first banner is going to have black dye on the left side, and the other banner is going to have black dye going down the right side, splitting the banner in half on both sides. Then once you have that done for both banners, we're just going to do the black horizontal line through the center, just like that, and you have your 2 banner designs. Really simple stuff, and we're just going to place them on the side of these polished black stone stairs with the yellow portion pointing toward one another on the side of the stairs. So that right there is just going to basically, fill that in there and create the look there for your road wheels. With that all done, though, that's going to wrap up everything we have there for layer number 1 of the build. And with that, we'll be going ahead and moving on to our next layer, which will be layer number 2. Moved into our next layer, we have layer number 2. For layer 2, to go ahead and get started with here, we're going to place down a row of 2 of stripped birchwood logs sideways across this space here. And we're going to place down another row 2 on this side as well, going across just like that. The middle space here between them, we're going to fill in with sandstone walls like so, and we're going to take our dark oak trapdoors and place them on the sides here of these blocks just like this. And we're also going to place down dark oak trapdoors on the side here of these stripped birchwood logs as well. We'll then take our smooth sandstone and we're just going to place down a row of 7 of smooth sandstone across. We're going to go ahead and do the same thing again. So we have 2 rows, then we have 3, then 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and we're going to stop at 11 rows back. So that's going to basically fill in the main portion here. We're going to place down row 2 on both sides here, and then a row 2 of stripped birchwood logs sideways right next to them. After we have that done, we want to go ahead and then place down a dark oak trapdoor here to the sides of these blocks, as well as we're going to go ahead and place down a row of nether brick walls coming off these blocks here going forward. Now we're going to go ahead and place down dark oak wood trapdoors on the sides of these nether brick walls as well, so around these sides like that. On the inside here, we're going to place down an iron bar to both sides of the nether brick walls, and then 2 yellow stained glass panes going back like that on both sides. And then we're just going to place down a tripwire hook there in the center, and that right there is going to wrap up everything we have for that back section. Now, when it comes to the sides here, very simply, we're going to place down a yellow stained glass pane right here after that dark oak trapdoor, and same thing up here in the front. And we're just going to place down a row of sandstone walls across after those glass panes. And the same thing's going to be done over here on this side as well. So we're just going to take this back like that, and again, we have our glass pane there. After that's all done, though, that's going to wrap up everything we have there for layer number 2. Here is a top-down view of what it should look like so far. And with that, we'll be going ahead and moving into our next layer, which will be layer number 3. Moving on to our next layer, we'll be moving on to layer number 3. For layer 3 to start with, we're going to take our daylight detectors and we're going to place down a row of 7 across this front here. Behind that, we're going to place down a second row of 7, this time though, of smooth sandstone slabs. And then we're going to go ahead and place down a row of end portal frames directly behind that. We then want to place down a birchwood fence post to both sides here. And then after we have those fence posts in place, we're going to place down a row of 5 of smooth sandstone full blocks. We're going to place down a second row of 5, and then a third, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, back just like that. And then we're going to go and take our smooth sandstone and we're going to place down rows of smooth sandstone upside down stairs along the sides here of those rows of 5 of smooth sandstone upside down, or smooth sandstone full blocks. We're also going to go and take birchwood signs and place them down on the sides here of each one of these sandstone stairs. It's a bit, repetitive, but it is going to fill in those gaps and make it look a little bit more accurate to what we're trying to capture here. So again, just on both sides here, all the way along these upside down stairs. Then once we have that all done, we're going to go ahead and take our smooth sandstone. We're going to place down another row, my bad. It's going to be a row of 1, 2, going back along the side here, 1, 2, and also, 3, going back all the way to the top of the nether brick wall. On the sides here, we're going to go ahead and place down upside down stairs as well. So you have your 3 upside down stairs. Again, we'll place our birchwood signs on the sides there. Same thing over here, just like this. After that's done, we're going to go ahead and place down a sign on the corner here of this stair. So just like that to both sides. And then if you're not on Java, or rather for all versions, we're going to place down a item frame here and then a black bed sideways in the item frame like that. We're going to place down a birchwood sign on the side of it if you're on Java, so you'll have that look there. And on the other side here, we're just going to place down 1 sign. We're also going to go ahead and place down a row of 1, 2, 3 yellow stained glass panes. Same thing over here. And we're also going to go ahead and swap out this block here for an upside down sandstone stair. And we also want to go ahead and grab ourselves some black concrete real quick. And we're going to place down black concrete that's going to be behind the stair. So it's going to kind of create that little gap there, this little window there on the back area. Once that's all done though, that's going to wrap up everything we have there for layer 3. Here again is a top-down view. And with that, we'll be going ahead and moving into our next layer, layer number 4. Moving into our next layer, we have layer number 4. For layer 4 to go ahead and get started with here, we want to go ahead and first begin with by going ahead and placing down a sandstone slab here in the very center. Now to the side of it, over here to the left side of the vehicle, we're going to place down a another slab. So it's going to be of deep slate, and then another sandstone slab. Over here on the other side, it's just going to be 2 sandstone slabs. Coming off this slab here to the side, we're going to place down an item frame, and in the item frame, we're going to place down a black bed sideways. And again, if you're on Java, we'll place a birchwood sign there as well for that little driver's viewport. After that's done, we're going to go ahead and place down a daylight detector to the sides, and we're going to go back from the daylight detectors 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 back, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on both sides. We're going to go then take our end portal frames. We're going to place down a row of 5 across. Then we're going to place down 1 in the middle here. And we want to go ahead and then place down a anvil. That's going to be right next to it. And then another end portal frame. On the other side over here, we're going to go ahead and place down a sandstone wall. And another end portal frame right after that. Once that's all done, we're going to place down another sandstone wall right here. We'll also go ahead and grab ourselves a stripped birchwood log that's going to go right here connecting those walls. And then another sandstone wall, another stripped birchwood log, and then another sandstone wall over. Right here, we're going to go ahead and place down another end portal frame, which is going to be followed with a sandstone wall, a end portal frame, a sandstone wall, and an end portal frame, just like that for those hatches there. Then we're going to place down 2 rows of 5 of the end portal frames, so we have 1 and 2, and then a row of 3 across this space with a sandstone full block to both sides. After we have that done, we're going to go ahead and place down another full block here to the sides. And we're going to go ahead and take our candles. We're going to place down 4 black candles on top of those blocks. We're going to delete that block and quickly place down a birchwood stair underneath it, just like that, to create your smoke grenade dispensers there. And then we're going to place down 2 rows of 2 of smooth sandstone, going back like that along the sides. And on the very back here, we're going to place down 2 end portal frames here, like that to the sides there as well. Now, once that's all done, we're going to take our yellow stained glass panes. We're going to place down 2 glass panes here on the inside on those blocks, as well as a birchwood sign on the side of this end portal frame. And also on the sides here, we're going to place down birchwood signs on the side of those. Now, after we have that done, we're also going to place down a skeleton skull that's going to be on the side of these blocks here. And then we want to go ahead and grab ourselves some birchwood fence gates, and we're going to place down a birchwood fence gate here, open it up toward that, and a fence gate here, and open it up toward that skull as well. And same thing will be done over here on this side as well. We're going to go then take an item frame, and we're going to place down an item frame like this, and a red bed in the item frame rotated sideways. Same thing over here on this side. And then a birchwood sign on the side of the block as well. So it will look just like that. Then once that's all done right there, that's going to pretty much wrap up everything we have here for this layer to try and make sure I'm not missing anything. But that appears to be good to go, so that's going to be it for layer number 4. And with that, we're going to be probably moving into just our final layers here, which should be layers 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So with that, let's move into our last final layers. So before we go and dive deep into our last final layers, I do want to cover real quick that on top of these fence posts, we're going to build 1 and 2 blocks up, delete that first block, and same thing over here on this side. And then we're going to place down a end rod underneath those blocks just like that to go ahead and create that design there. That should have been done in the previous layer, but I forgot to do it. So just make sure you go ahead and do that now. But with that out of the way, we can go ahead and move into our final layers 5 through 9. For these layers to start with, we're going to place down an end rod on top of these glass panes here, and then we're going to go ahead and go up 1, 2, and 3 iron bars, 1, 2, and 3. We're going to go ahead and place down 2 blocks up from that last iron bar, and then we're going to break the first block, place down an end rod on the bottom of that top block, and delete those blocks like that to go ahead and create those antenna. On top of these fence gates here on the back, we're also going to place down end rods on top of them, just like that across the back. Now when it comes to this forward section here, we're going to go and set up our machine guns. So for our first one, our 50 cal, we're going to place down a sandstone wall. We then want to go ahead and place down a deep slate tile slab, and then another slab back from it. We're going to place down an end rod that goes forward, and then a chain like this. To the side, we're going to place down a smooth sandstone slab and a smooth sandstone top slab below that, as well as an end portal frame coming off the other side with a birchwood sign wrapped on this side and on the forward side like that. After that's all done, we're going to go ahead and also grab a dark oak wood sign. We're going to place it on the sides here of this slab like that. And if you're on Java, we can do a little bit of extra detail. We can build 2 blocks out from the slab, delete that first block. We're going to go ahead and grab a tripwire hook, place on the side of this block, and then we're going to type in the command /give at p Minecraft :debug underscore stick. So pressing enter will get you this stick, and again, here's the command for you guys right there. But once you press enter, get this glowing stick. We're going to left click this and rotate this around till it comes off the slab. And again, that's going to be really only a little detail that you can do on Java, unfortunately. Luckily, just a minor detail, doesn't really throw off the build too much, so you should be good to go if you need to bypass it. For our other machine gun here, going to be a little bit simpler. We're going to place down a birchwood slab, skeleton skull here, here, and here. And then we want to go ahead and place down a fence gate that is going to come off of the slab. So we have a fence gate, a chain, and then a zombie head coming off the left side here of that fence gate. So real simple stuff there. That's about all you really need to do for that, and that's going to wrap up your final layers 5 through 9 of the build, and that's going to complete my tutorial here for the Nammer APC. Hope you guys do enjoy this build and are able to put it to good use. If you do using this build, I do ask that you guys give me proper credit for it. This can be the link from the side of the build to link to my channel or this video if this does appear in your social media sites. As long as you guys give me proper credit for it, you're free to use it for projects you guys are working on. Again, a big thanks to Derek Frost Westbrook for commissioning this build. And if you guys are interested in commissioning a build for yourself, definitely feel free to reach out to me through my email, garrett2by4@gmail.com, or through my Discord server linked in the video description. With that, though, thank you guys again so much for watching. As always, don't forget, comment, and subscribe. This has been Garrett2by4, and I'll see you guys next time.